So we start in the center, and this is what's surrounding you right now for the month of June and your present situation. So you have the Hermit reversed, Ace of Wands reversed, and the Death card reversed. So with the Hermit, you're not being introspective. You're not looking inwards and finding your view on things. You're not doing that reflection, which you might want to do. You may need to actually take some time out, and unless you've already done this and determine what it is you really want for yourself, what is the best thing for you in your life and your world. Right now, your passion and your desire has been you brought it in. You are refraining from it right now. You don't have that passion or that desire towards. It could be a specific situation. It could be just in general, not that type of creative energy. You don't have that at this time. Maybe if you went inwards and took some time to sort things out in your mind, you might get some clarity and get some of that back. But it looks like, okay, the Death card talks about transformation, and it's you and yourself. So by being reversed, this again is talking about with the Hermit and everything. You don't want to take that time out to see where you need to change, where you need to grow or to develop. You don't want to look inward. You don't want to change that in yourself. I don't know if you don't have the time right now, or you don't think anything's wrong with you, but everybody needs to reflect and to get rid of things, aspects, and quirks about ourselves that are no longer valid. We all need to do that at times. What's leaving your life, what's in the past, is Judgment and Temperance. So it looks like you did have a rebirth. So maybe what's leaving you is that rebirth, and that's when you did this reflection, when it was upright, and you know which direction you want to go now. Because in what you are leaving is a rebirth that has just happened. Probably in the month of May, you realized something, and that looks like that's when you were doing your reflecting, is in the month of May. And so now this month, you're not taking that time out anymore. It looks like you probably know what you want, so you're not taking that time out. You already did the rebirth, and you already implemented what it is you wanted to do in your mind. With Temperance, you did a balance. You took two things that were opposing forces, probably in your mind and your ideas or in reality, and you put them together to make something better. You did alchemy. You made some kind of creation of your world. You improved your world somehow. I don't think you implemented it. I think this is all mostly internally within yourself. You made these realizations. And in your near future, and it could lead to the end of the year also, but I think by the end of June, and leading into July probably, you're going to walk away. Walk away from something that you have built up probably for 8 years. You have built this love up, and it's no longer fulfilling. And you realize that it no longer suits you. It's not a part of your life anymore. That's probably where your rebirth came, as you realized all this. And then by the end of June, you're actually implementing it, putting it into place. There was some aspect that there was an injustice done to you, and by the end of June, you're going to finally see that justice. That looks like a really good future. So what you need to focus on, your energy that you need to focus on for the month of June, is 10 of Cups and the Tower card. Like I said, in June, you're going to actually implement these decisions that you came up with, this rebirth and this alchemy that you have accomplished, these decisions. You're going to actually put it into action. And when you do, it's going to have a snowball effect because, like I said, you built this up for like 8 years. And if it took me 8 years to build a house, I'm not going to be able to tear it down in one day. It's going to be like a snowball effect. It's going to be very emotional and traumatic for a lot of people when you finally tear down this situation that you built up for 8 years. So that's to be expected, and you need to realize this and understand this. This is something that you need to focus on, because in the end, you will be able to rebuild a new family, a new love, a new foundation, which you'll have the most happiness you've ever had with. 10 of Cups is the most. So it's worth doing this Tower and this tearing this down in order to have this. And the final outcome is 6 of Pentacles. So by the end of June, because all this situation happened and it seems to have been a love that this situation happened with, not everyone is going to be happy with the situation. So they're not going to all be helping you or supporting you. They're not going to be there to give you a hand, because some of them will disagree with what you're doing, but then some of them won't. So whatever this situation is, maybe 50-50. 50 people will agree with you and help you and support you, and then the other 50 won't. So that's the outcome, is that you're not going to get as much help as you expected or probably need or want. But just know that there is support, there is help out there. I'm going to do some clarification cards, and I would like to first do a clarification on why this Ace of Wands is reversed. I would like to get some clarification on the reversed Ace of Wands, and that's in your present situation. All right. So you have the Letter, the Mountain, and the Bear. So, okay, the Letter, you're going to get some kind of, okay, that's why the passion, the desire and stuff isn't there, is because you're going through a lot. So it's hard to be passionate and happy and when everything around you is crumbling and you got some kind of letter that upset you. And this situation you're going through is like a mountain. You got to climb this difficult mountain to reach the end, to accomplish this, to get rid of this effects of this letter. But you're strong. You are a strong person. And you will endure. You will succeed. But that's why this is just explaining why the passion and the desire isn't there at this moment. I'm sure in July, once this all settles down, the Tower is down and the dust starts to settle, you'll get your passion and your desire back. All right, let's do a clarification on the Tower. Definitely, let's see what that Tower is. Okay. Yes, it's romance. It's a relationship. First you have a ring, and then you have the staircases, which represent choices, and then the moon. So there was a commitment. This is what the Tower is. There was a commitment, a relationship. But then you got to a crossing point where you had to make a choice. You had to decide. And you chose passion. You chose the romance, the the adventure. And then whatever that other path was with the commitment is the tower that's crumbling. All right, I think I would choose the passion too, the romance. Okay, let's do the Eight of Cups. Let's get some more clarification and see what this is that you are walking away from, turning your back on. Please bring clarification for Capricorn. Yep. All right. You have the clouds, the clover, and then the male suitor. Okay, so what you are walking away from is something wasn't clear. You didn't understand a situation. And it probably had to do with a love. But then you got clarity. And this is you, actually. See, you're looking over here. You're looking at your clarity and your luck. So whatever clarity you got was very fortunate for you to see. And that's why you're leaving whatever this confusion was, whatever this darkness is. You're leaving that because once you could see the light and have an understanding, you no longer wanted that. You don't want this darkness. Nobody does. Nobody wants that destruction. Look, it even is doing the tower. There's a lightning bolt hitting the tree, and it's destroying that tree, just like the tower over there. I think I'd walk away from that too. So the final outcome, let's get the Six of Pentacles reversed. Let's get some clarification on that. Please bring clarification for Capricorn. You have the Cross, the Lilies, and the Rider. So there's, okay, like I said, you're not going to get all the support and help that you would like, but you will get help and support. And you realize that there's a lot of burdens that you must carry, that because of whatever this situation is, it has caused pain to a lot of people, besides yourself, to a lot of people. And these are the burdens that you must carry. But you need to look at your life, what you need for your life. And you need to do what is right for you. And you're smart. You're wise. You are old beyond your years. You may be 20, but you act like you're 50 or 60. You're very wise. And this brings healing, this knowledge. And in the end, you will get a message brought to you, which will help bring this healing. And it'll make it easier for you to carry these burdens. All you really need is one good friend to bring this message and help with this healing. You don't need a whole army of support behind you, provided you have at least one good comrade that you can confide in and get support. That's all anyone really needs, is to have a real person support you. So in regards to this lineup, I would say that you're with the moon, it's talking about romance and courtship and love and amour and all that stuff. So the mice are actually affecting it. There is a reduction in that love and that romance and that courtship and stuff. There has been a reduction for you for the last 2 weeks in June. Because the reason being is that there is some kind of either a distance that you need to overcome to reach this romance again, or there are some kind of difficult problems, situations that you need to overcome. This mountain, you need to conquer these problems, this mountain in some aspect, in order to get that love, that amour back. In your house, For the last 2 weeks of June, we have the letter, the star, and the ring. So within your house, the house represents your home life, your it could be your immediate friendship, the people that you trust, your comrades, the people that actually physically live in the house with you, your family, your loved ones. There's going to be some kind of letter that you receive. This could be an email, this could be a text, this could be maybe a letter in the mail. There's some kind of information that you are going to receive. It's going to be very, very enlightening and helpful, because the star card represents good fortune, and usually it's like wish upon your star, make that wish, and it will come true. So this letter is in regards to this wish, this energy with the star card, and it's going to bring you the ring, which is commitment. So you are going to get some kind of communication, which is going to be like your desire, your wish. It's going to lead to a commitment. That looks pretty nice. And the final 3 cards are your fortune. The female suitor, the lock or the key, and the snake. So the female I always read as the person that I am reading for. This is you. You are thinking about your love. You are contemplating your love. And you are looking up over your book, pausing the love you share, just thinking, contemplating, deciding what to do. And you are going to be able to unlock this in your mind, this love that you want, that you're going to come to some kind of understanding of what it is you actually want to do. After you do this contemplating and this thinking, as you can see, the rose is here and then it's there. You're going to unlock this love. You're going to figure out what it is you want to do to get that love. But there is going to be difficulties for you to get to this love that you realized you wanted. You want to unlock that. This is the snake, and it usually brings some kind of difficulty with it. So even though the last 2 weeks you're going to have some challenges, it looks like it's totally worth it. There's going to be, in your house, you're going to get a commitment. You're going to get your wish. And you're going to, in your fortune, you're going to figure out what it is you want to do and how to do it. But of course, anything worth anything is going to be work.